Have you ever sat alone, staring at your phone, wondering why life feels off track, like you're drifting? Like something is missing, but you can't quite name it. You think you're lost. You think you're behind. But here's the truth. You're not lost. You're just unfocused. This feeling of being lost isn't a reflection of who you are. It's as a symptom of your attention being scattered in a world designed to pull it in 100 directions. You're not broken. You're just distracted. And the good news is that distraction is something you can fix, not overnight. Not with a motivational quote, but with clarity, intention, and discipline. Most people confuse a lack of direction with a lack of worth. They think because they haven't figured it all out, they must be failures. But life doesn't come with a built-in map. You create the map. And the first step is to stop pretending you re-lost when what you really need is focus. Think about how much time you spend switching between apps, watching short videos, checking notifications, scrolling, tapping, consuming noise. Now think about how little time you spend sitting in silence and asking yourself one simple question: what actually matters to me? The problem isn't that you don't have a purpose, it's that you've forgotten how to look for it. When you're unfocused, everything feels urgent, but nothing feels important. You get pulled into tasks that don't serve your future. You say yes to things that drain your energy. You chase temporary comfort instead of building lasting confidence. And in the middle of all that noise, your inner compass gets buried. But it's still there. You just have to dig it out. Focus starts with subtraction. Remove the things that are distracting you, the endless scrolling, the toxic comparison, the need to be constantly entertained. Clarity doesn't come when you add more to your life. It comes when you strip away the nonsense. Your mind can be your most powerful tool or your worst prison. And the quality of your life depends on how well you control what goes in. Because input shapes mindset, and mindset shapes results. Start small, eh? Pick one thing today that aligns with who you want to become, not who others want you to be, not who society tells you to be, who you, deep down, feel called to be. Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes instead of binge watching. Maybe it's journaling your goals instead of scrolling through someone else's highlight reel. Maybe it's finally starting that project you've talked about for years. The details don't matter as much as the direction. And focus gives you direction. You don't need a 5-year plan. You need a reason to get out of bed with purpose. Focus isn't about intensity for a few days. It's about consistency over time. It's about showing up again and again, even when you don't feel like it, especially when you don't feel like it. Here's the truth. The people who look like they have it all figured out, they don't. But what they do have is direction. They choose their distractions instead of letting their distractions choose them. They build habits that support their goals. They're not perfect, they're just intentional. And intention is the beginning of mastery. There's a silent epidemic going on, not of laziness, but of aimlessness. People are working hard, burning out, trying to stay busy, but never moving toward anything meaningful. That's not progress. That's movement without purpose. And movement without purpose will exhaust you. You don't need to do more. You need to do less of what doesn't matter and more of what does. You don't need more time. You need better focus in the time you already have. The reason you feel overwhelmed isn't because you have too much to do. It's because you're not sure what deserves your attention. Start by asking yourself this: if I could only do 3 things today that move me closer to the life I want, what would they be? Then do those first. Not the easiest tasks, not the ones that give you a quick dopamine hit. The ones that move the needle. The ones that build the life you say you want. Focus gives your effort meaning. Without it, you can work for years and still feel like you're going nowhere. Stop telling yourself you're lost. You're not. That story is easy, but it's not true. You're just unfocused. And every day you stay in that state, you trade your dreams for distractions. You have to make a choice. Drift through life with your head down, reacting to everything that screams for your attention. Or lift your head, choose your direction, and walk forward with intention. Focus is a muscle. It grows with training. It requires discipline. And yes, it's uncomfortable at first. You'll feel restless. Your mind will crave noise. But on the other side of that discomfort is clarity. And clarity is power. The people who win in life are not the smartest. They're not the most talented. They're the ones who can focus on what matters long enough to create something great. Success doesn't come from scattered energy. It comes from directed energy. It comes from saying no to 99 things so you can give your full heart to one. This is not about hustle culture. It's not about being busy every second of the day. It's about alignment. Doing what you said you would do. Being who you said you would be. Honoring your own potential. You're not lost. You never were. You just stopped listening to yourself. You started believing that being busy equals being important. But deep down, you know better. You know that focus is freedom. And the more focused you are, the less you need to chase approval, attention, or applause. Here's the good news. Focus is available to anyone. It doesn't care about your past, doesn't care about your followers or your resume. It only asks one thing. Will you choose what matters today? 'Cause your future is being built by the choices you make now. Every moment you spend in distraction delays the life you could be living. So the next time you feel lost, stop, breathe, look around, and ask yourself, what is stealing my focus right now? Then remove it, and take one step toward the life you actually want. You don't need all the answers. You just need to stop chasing everything and start choosing something. Clarity doesn't come from thinking more. It comes from doing with intention. You're not lost. You're just waiting for your focus to catch up with your ambition. And today is the day you realign. Now, get up, take back your attention, and take control of your life.